What is up, guys? Nick here, helping you to master your technology. Welcome to my iPad Pro 2020 unboxing and first impressions. Now, if you're wondering, where's the carbon fiber background? It's actually not large enough for this product. I'm actually working on getting a larger background, but you can see right here, man, this is going to be a really nice product here in the iPad Pro 2nd Gen, and mostly because of the new upgraded Magic Keyboard, which is not available until May. But you can see right here, we do have the 2nd generation iPad Pro 11-inch, comes with a USB-C charger cable, USB-C power adapter, and that's about it. Pretty simplistic. Left side says iPad Pro, right side says iPad Pro, bottom Apple logo, top Apple logo. Let's go ahead and pull this tab right here. It's super easy to get into these iPads. You just pull that one tab and you're really good to go. You don't even need a knife or anything like that. So very simple to just take the plastic off of the iPad Pro. And so let's go ahead and see what's in this baby. It is an iPad Pro Space Gray. I decided to go with that color as I think it looks pretty pro. If you get the Space Gray color, I'm not the biggest fan of the silver color, but you can see here's going to be your standout feature right here. The new camera system with the Lidar scanner here on the iPad Pro 11-inch. And going more into the contents of the box, you can see we do have our USB-C cable right here. That's going to be nice, similar to what you got with the 1st generation iPad Pro. So Apple keeping things pretty conservative here, not switching it up too much. Not that that's a bad thing. You can see iPad Pro, Apple stickers, of course. So you get a little bit larger as you get a little bit of a larger product. And this will just give you some tips and things on how to use your iPad Pro. Okay, so let's go ahead and peel this tab off right here. And this one's going to be a pretty easy one to review because it's pretty much the same design as the original 11-inch. It's just going to be bringing that new keyboard, but that keyboard is also going to be cross-compatible with the older iPad. So if you have the 2018 and you really want the keyboard that was kind of designed for this one, it's going to work with that one as well. You can see the Apple logo right there. It does still say iPad, something different from the iPhones. They don't write the name on there anymore. They don't write iPhone at the bottom anymore. The iPad still does. You can see a camera bump. You can see the thickness of this camera bump is just not that big, so it's not going to be a big problem. Volume markers right there. Here on the right side, we also do have a place to put the Apple Pencil 2nd generation. Here at the bottom, you can see we do have our connectors for our keyboard attachments and things like that. Now you can see the precision drilled holes right here for the speakers, and we also have a USB-C connector right there. Now if I flip it all the way around, we also have 2 more speakers on this side, so pretty nice. We're going to have very good sound out of this iPad Pro 11. And so here we are. So you can see the bezels are the same as the bezels before. There's really no difference in design. So that's good for people who already have the 2018 or just bought one. You're not going to feel like they just made something so much better. Okay, so we are now in the iPad 11, the iPad Pro 11 for 2020. Now, 11-inch screen is dominating the front here, and I do like that Apple kept this design. I think it's a great looking iPad. However, it would be nice to see them, further reduce the bezels if possible. That's just a natural evolution, I think, of this design. It could just get a little bit better. Not saying it's bad, it's pretty great, but maybe we can one day see even more screen on here. That would be like 11.2 inches or something like that. Now, this does have the A12Z, which is reportedly not that much faster than, say, the Apple A12X of the prior iPad. Now, again, 120 hertz display on this one, so it's going to be super smooth, and 6 gigabytes of RAM on this device, so that's very nice as well. Not like you need a ton of RAM when iOS runs so efficiently, but long story short, this is a powerhouse iPad. So let's take a look at the iOS version that comes out of the box, and you can see it's pre-installed with iPadOS 13.4 right out of the box. So that's not bad. And depending on when you buy this, they might actually have a newer version of the iPad installed, the iPad OS. So it depends on when you buy it. Now let's go ahead and take a look at these wallpapers and see what they do include for this particular iPad. Just a couple right here. So you do have this wallpaper right here. That's pretty nice. And you also do have this one, which is the one that you see on the box. So let's go ahead and put that one on and take a look at that. So the screen's still LCD, so it's not, an OLED display. You could argue some Samsung tablets have a better, vibrancy, but it's still very accurate, and I think a lot of pros are going to like this one. Now, the big deal with this iPad is going to be the camera. So if we go into the cameras here, not that you probably even needed this, but I think we were kind of expecting it since the iPhone's got it, the ultra-wide angle camera. So you can do ultra-wide video and photo here for the iPad Pro, which is pretty awesome if you're the type of person who uses your iPad for everything. And of course, it's going to be very similar quality that you get with the Apple iPhone 11. I'll take more photos before I conduct the full review on this one, but just looking through the viewfinder, it looks pretty fantastic. Let me put my lens hood cap right there and go like so and do an ultra wide. So very good overall looking camera so far. I don't think you're going to be disappointed with this one. Now the selfie camera on this is also a 7 megapixel camera, and let me check the video settings here and settings to see if we do get, you know, maybe a little bit higher resolution on that front video. And so 4K 60, let's see if 4K 60 does go on the front. And no, it looks like you can only record at HD 60 on the front. So it's 1080 60 on the front or 4K 60 on the rear. All in all, this is going to be a fantastic camera for an iPad. In terms of the camera, we also have another scanner within this camera right in here. It is a time of flight Lidar scanner. So what is that? It's basically a light detection and ranging camera. It's basically designed to measure things like distance and stuff like that. It's going to work with the motion sensors, and you know, it's supposed to make augmented reality, AR, a lot better for the iPad. This is something that Apple's been pushing for a while, and AR apps are going to get, I mean, they're going to be the best on any Apple product right now for this one right here, just making things look super realistic. Now, this also does have Apple Pencil 2nd generation support, so that's going to be great if you want to take notes and things like that. I will be checking out the drawing and seeing how it does respond, if it has improved, stuff like that before the review. But, you know, initial impressions are going to feel pretty similar with this, but I do like the magnet. It's always been pretty solid here for Apple iPad Pro. Of course, with iPad OS, you're also going to have the ability to do a lot of great multitasking with this tablet, including splitting multiple apps at once. Things are going to be really fun on here, and also I think quite productive. I actually use an iPad Pro pretty much daily, the 12.9 from 2018, and I get a lot done on that thing. And with things like iMovie, as well as other pro applications within the App Store, you can use stuff like LumaFusion for video editing, things like sketching, painting, creating. So there's a lot of great paid apps on iPad that really you can do some really fun sketching. You can do some great photo editing. You even got Adobe Premiere Rush for video editing across your different Adobe products. It's seriously a powerful little, you know, tablet. Definitely industry leading. And all of this at just under £1. This is where it really does beat out laptops and stuff like that. I mean, yeah, laptops do have still some key advantages over this iPad, but really this is still a very light, powerful machine in the iPad, especially the 11-inch, super light. The iPad Pro 12.9-inch, getting near the weight of a laptop, but still that one's light as well. This one is super light. And Apple will have a Magic Trackpad keyboard coming for this. Finally, you're going to have more than just the ability to use the Apple Pencil. You'll have a trackpad. I'll review that when it does come. This is going to have fast charging out of the box as well. So we'll keep an eye on how fast it charges, how the battery life does. I'm expecting all day battery life as always with iPads. So you shouldn't be worried about that if you're considering a purchase. So my first impressions, this thing is hot. This is a great feeling product, man. It feels really nice and light. It feels professional. I think for people who are just really sick and tired of laptops, they want something, you know, really powerful, and they don't really require all the programs that a laptop or a desktop offers up, then this could be a great alternative. I think Apple's getting pretty close, and with the trackpad and iPad OS, it's getting even closer. The type of work I do, for example, making videos and photo editing, I don't prefer to use iPad only, but if I had to, I could definitely get by with it. So I think we're getting to a point where if you're willing to work with it, you can get around with it. With the Files app on board, with the smaller icons now, with all of this multitasking you can do, with mouse support for this thing, you know, Apple Pencil support, a trackpad coming. This is a compelling offering at $799 for the 11 Pro. Pricing for this one starts at $799 with a 12.9-inch going up to $1,000. So these are not cheap. There's a lot more cheaper iPads if you don't need the Pro features, but if you want an all-in-one machine, this one is probably going to be it. So let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section of this video. Did you order an iPad Pro 11 or 12.9? Are you really excited about this one? Are you not? Or you just prefer an iPad Air or just the iPad 10.2? This is just not something you care about much. Let us know down below any questions, comments, concerns. Leave those below as well. Thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. Nick here helping you to master your technology. Be sure to be well and peace.